What's going on, everyone? Josh Armijo here. Hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to be talking to you about the new album from the band Weapon, entitled Embers and Revalations. This is released on Relapse Records. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they're based out of Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and the best way to describe the sound of this band would be a straight-up blackened style of death metal. Now, I honestly believe that Canada is one of the best places to get blackened death metal from. I mean, you have bands like Antediluvian, Mitochondrian, Adversarial, bands like that that really convey that really fantastic blackened death metal style. And Weapon is another one of those bands that really holds the high standards of that style of music to a letter T. I first got introduced to this band by way of the Rites of Darkness festival. They played that festival, and it was one of their first times setting foot on American soil. And they really got people talking just by their work ethic, their style of music, their stage presence, and everything else in between. It really got a lot of people talking. And because of that, it led me on to their musical material, their first couple of albums, especially their sophomore album, From the Devil's Tomb. I was just blown away by how epic that album was. Just great songwriting, great lyrics, awesome vocals. The musicianship was just clever and top-notch. I mean, songs like the title track, Furor Divinis, and The Inner Wolf, those songs were just absolutely fantastic. And it really piqued my interest in this band. And so much so when I found out that they got signed to Relapse, and they were going to release their brand new album through them. And it really ratcheted up my anticipation level, so much so that I had it as number 6 on my most anticipated metal albums of 2012. And lo and behold, this album is about to be released, and I've had a few good quality listens to this album, and I want to let you guys in on my thoughts on it. It's 8 tracks, and it runs around 37 minutes in length. This is by far a much shorter record than the last time around, but what it lacks in length, it definitely makes up for it with the kind of work ethic and sound that this band continues to put out. Because this is just me personally. I feel that Weapon is one of those bands that really takes their craft and work ethic very seriously. They don't beat around the bush. They want to deliver a good quality metal record. From the way everything sounds, to the way everything is delivered, to the way everything is produced, Weapon are on top of their game. And with Embers and Revelations, they prove that point perfectly. This is probably one of the best sounding... This is probably the best this band has ever sounded from a production kind of standpoint. I mean, musically, it's what you would expect from a Weapon record, but the production value is a little bit more refined. This is the band at their most refined, in my view. And it's well evidented with the guitars. The guitars are one of the things that will instantly catch your ear when you listen to Weapon. I mean, just those riffs, those fantastic riffs. They're layered. The way the riffs are layered together, they just sound absolutely fantastic. I just love the power and the speed of them. I want to say the track Vanguard of the Morning Star. I just love the way the guitars sound on that song, and the solos that are on that song, and for some of the other songs on this record, are just absolutely class. It is pure class, the way the guitars sound on this album. I mean, these guys are incredibly talented. Yeah. And not to mention, I saw them live. They are a great live band. Just that intensity, that power, that professionalism. They deliver that with the guitars here on this record. Bass-wise, it's a really good, hard-working bass tone on this record. It's audible. It's very well blended with the guitars here. Um, it's it has that great kind of effect when you see them live. The way the bass sounds live, it just sounds really good. And once you hear it on a record, it just feels very comfortable. It's a very comfortable kind of bass tone. I dig what's going on here. Um, Drum wise, yeah, this Disciple guy, he's a really tall dude, but the way he plays the drums, it's just really classy. Really good quality drum work, nicely patterned, nicely played, very evidented in double bass and blast beats, nice little rolls and fills in between. Just the kind of pace that he plays with the drums. It goes from very fast to very methodical, almost kind of reminds you of early Nile in a way, and maybe some Melichesh in between. Just that kind of drum influence is just fantastic. I really like the way the drums are on this album. And vocal-wise, Vetus Monarch is one of those frontmen that really makes it his absolute paramount effort to just make you pay attention to him and listen to him as he spouts out these lyrics of just pure anger and animosity and just telling you the stories that he tells you. He just delivers it in a way that will make you want to listen to him. He has a very low kind of growl, very raspy kind of growls. You can understand every single word that he says, and just the conviction in his voice is just fantastic. He is a great storyteller, and he delivers some awesome vocal work here. He's just an intense person, and he just delivers that fantastic with this record. So overall, if you're new to Weapon, definitely give this album every minute of your time. It will give you more of a reason to check out From the Devil's Tomb, and hell, even more of a reason to check out Draconian Paradigm. This is a band that really is making great strides to become legendary, and they are doing so with every single record and every single piece of music that they put out. This band is really proof why death metal from Canada is just pure bliss, and Embers and Revelations has really met my expectations. I love this album. I don't know if I can say I love it more than From the Devil's Tomb, because that album just reeked of epicness. This album has the same thing, but it does so with its own kind of qualities. And honestly, the instrumental track on this album, Grotesque Carven Portal, I would have loved that song to have gone on a lot longer. It just is such a great instrumental track. I would have liked for it to have been longer. So if I had any favorite tracks, I would have to say Vanguard of the Morning Star, Crepuscular Swamp, Unhinged Swine, and Disavowing Each and Aum. Just an amazing set of songs here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you a link in the description box to Invisible Oranges, where this album is streaming in its entirety. Listen to it for yourself, be your own judge, and figure out whether you will be buying this on October the 9th. This album will be worth owning. Once there's a Bandcamp link, I will post that link in the description box. Yeah, support Weapon. They're a great band. So again, the album is Embers and Revelations by Weapon. This is released on Relapse Records. Total support for this band, and I'm going to give this a very strong 9 out of 10. This album is worth it and then some. Check out Weapon. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks all for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel, and until the next time, Army Ho out.